What's up, you guys? Welcome back to another settlement building video on my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys the Alley Apartments, conveniently located at Hangman's Alley, right by Diamond City, and they are an apartment that I really like. I've been planning to do something like this since the very beginning when I got Fallout 4. As soon as I unlocked the settlement, I knew there was so much potential here, but the reason that I've never built anything here is because there's this awful glitch that's on my save, and I know on a lot of your saves, that makes it so settlers won't even come to this area of Hangman's Alley. The only place that they can go is the other area where there's a ton of structures that you can't get rid of, so it makes it really hard to build anything. So if you don't have that issue, this may be something great to add to your settlements. If not, I hope this gives you some ideas to build elsewhere or build on the other side of the alley. But without further ado, let's get right into the settlement. First and foremost, a lot of this build that I did was based around using what was already in the area as part of the build. So you're not going to see any walls being covered where there are actually walls that are the outside of the old buildings in the settlement. The main reason that I wanted to make this apartment building here was because I wanted to use those and just give extra character and just an extra story to the background of this settlement. So with that idea in mind, the first thing I really had to do was find a way to make the floors glitch into the walls. This was a little bit weird at first trying to figure out, so I included some of the ways I tried so that you could see trial and error here, but I do also show you obviously how to make sure that it works from at least my perspective, and hopefully that'll work for you. This front area is going to be the walkway and the stairs to getting inside of the apartment building. I find it's really important to make buildings look realistic by giving them at least some sort of porch area, but I also think that they just look a lot better because if you don't, the door face just like clips on right at the side of the floor piece, and it just kind of looks like all of a sudden the house just starts out of nowhere. So it's all up to preference, but that's just definitely something I make sure to do in my settlements. A really helpful trick I found for these elevators was attaching everything the way you wanted it to and then using the little tiny concrete pillars to just kind of cover everything up and hide them wherever they are. Take a bunch of these pillars and line them up and they will let you go right through the cord. And since the ceiling pieces do not snap to very much, you're going to want to make sure that you put the floor pieces on top of those if you want to attach things like stairs on the second and third floor of your apartment building. Since I'm building right up at the edge of a settlement, I use these concrete pieces to just cover the sides and keep myself from getting out of the build area, as well as making it safe because for Hangman's Alley there is so many fighting and things right outside of here, so I wanted to make sure that this place would be pretty and completely structurally safe.
Standing in the cold and the frozen wind, I'm leaving you behind, but it's not the end. No, no, no. Walking on the plane as I hold my breath, it's gonna be a week till I breathe again. No, no, no. And I know that you hate it, and I hate it.
This is where I use the rugs, like I mentioned earlier, as a way from keeping the player from falling down where there aren't floor pieces. Unfortunately, I couldn't get the floor pieces without the concrete to glitch into the sidewalls, so I had to just do a little bit with the rugs to make it so that I wouldn't fall through, and then I could place items right on it completely fine. So I had a little bit less luck with the third floor because it wouldn't let me put down a wall that let me put a door in it. So what I ended up doing is just trying to make like an opening with the 2 wooden small pieces and then switching that over for the concrete powered door, because I thought that that'd be really cool if the final floor door had some sort of security system.
But you hate it, and I hate it just as much as you. But if you can brave it, I can brave it all for you. Call me anytime you can see the lightning. Don't you be alone, you can always find me. We got a way, raging, like among a million chain of faces. Every rise we trade places. We got a way, raging.
To me, all of those words not fitting on the first picture frame was an awesome, beautiful accident, because I really like how this looks, and I think this is definitely going to be a way that I make signs in the future. This is one of the things that you can do to manipulate how the game works and how things want to be placed down, because sometimes it looks really weird, and sometimes you can use the weirdness to make something even cooler, which is one of the best parts about settlement building, honestly. At this point on, the base build is completely finished, and then we just have to add all the finishing touches, the decorations, and the lights. So I use a lot of the oil lamps outside for this. I like to make it really illuminated. I wanted it to look more like an actual street, and like this was definitely the more expensive part of the settlement. If this was a settlement of people who live together, the people who live outside and inside of the apartment would definitely be some sort of class difference. So I wanted to show that by doing a guard post outside, having the street lit over here where it's not on the other side, and just show that like some people really thrive in the wasteland and other people not so much. And I thought that would be a cool thing to represent with all of this.
Scars that will prove that it's true, and the ones that bleed remind me of the war that we went through. Maybe I see to bring back the sweet memory. Baby, I'm glad the good times faded, 'cause it feels so good to forget about you and me. Forget about you and me. Like amnesia. Like amnesia. 'Cause it feels so good to forget about you and me. Feels so good.
I really like these plant potters, mostly because, you know, you need to have places where you can have food, and in settlements like Hangman's Alley, you can basically just like stick razor green in the corners. But I also really like it because it's customizable. If you put a mute fruit in the middle, you can then put a bunch of other fruit and things around the sides, and you can make them look different and cool, and like somebody was actually trying to decorate instead of just worrying about eating.
Standing in the cold and the frozen wind, I'm leaving you behind, but it's not the end. No, no, no. Walking on the plane, as I hold my breath. It's gonna be a week till I breathe again. No, no, no. And I know that you hate it, and I hate it just as much as you. But if you can brave it, I can brave it all for you. Call me anytime, you can see the lightning. Don't you be alone, you can always find me. We got a wild raging, lost among a million.
Right now I'm just finishing up with the last of the decorating for the build, but I didn't get too many cool shots of the build after it was done. Everything was pretty much shown in the beginning of the video, so I just wanted to take a minute to say thank you so much for watching this. Thank you so much to all the new people who have subscribed to me over the past few days. I got like 100 new subscribers, and that's amazing. I can't tell you how great that feels for me. If you guys have any suggestions, anything you want to see on the channel, please leave a comment down below. I'm so excited to have all of you here, and keep on building. I will see you all in the next one. Bye guys.